A highly anticipated and competitively priced HomeKit compatible indoor camera up next. Welcome and thanks for watching. If you're new to this channel and interested in the HomeKit smart home platform from Apple and general Apple related tech, please subscribe and tap the bell to get notified when I post new content. And if you find this video useful, please do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. I very much appreciate it. So early last month, Eufy unveiled a couple of very competitively priced indoor cameras that are supposed to support HomeKit. The cameras were an Indoor Cam 2K and another with pan and tilt functionality. The pricing was so low that some questioned if it was a typo, but Eufy has since confirmed the pricing and even had a pre-order that rewarded customers with an extra 25 to 35% off. If you were lucky enough to snag one or both of these at that pre-order pricing, lucky you. But before these were announced, Eufy approached me and asked if I'd like to review a new indoor camera that they had in the works. And I promptly answered, yes, please. So here we are, and I'm going to unbox, set up, and review the Eufy Indoor Cam 2K with pan and tilt. On that note, I'd like to thank the Eufy team for sending this camera over, and as always, all the opinions expressed in this review are entirely my own. If this camera sucks, I'll let you know. Spoiler alert, it does not suck. I'm really excited to show you this camera, so with that, let's get to my favorite part, because every day should be like Christmas, and start with the unboxing. So here we have the Eufy Security Indoor Security Camera, and it's 2K resolution with on-device AI, and this is the pan and tilt version. And if we take a look at the front of the box, there's some bullet points: human and pet AI, 24/7 recording, and works with voice assistance. If we look at the back of the box, here are a few other highlights. Again, the human and pet AI works with voice control, and they list Apple HomeKit first, then the Google Assistant, and Alexa compatible as well. Two-way audio so that you can speak to whoever is on the other side of the camera, along with a 2K resolution for picture perfect clarity. It tracks and detects motion and a clear view at night, so there is night vision on this as well. If we look what's in the box: indoor camera, USB cable, USB adapter, a mounting bracket, screw pack, and a quick start guide. And there's the top of the box, and let's go ahead and unbox this. In this little box, since this came out first, we have power adapter, USB. This is the mounting bracket, screw pack, as you can see the screws in there, positioning card, quick start guide, and USB cable. And inside is the camera itself. So there's the camera itself. This is the pan and tilt, so you can pan left and right, and the camera will move up and down. Almost kind of looks like an eyeball in there. Eufy Security with a status LED, it looks like there. Speakers or microphone. Power port for the power cable, the USB, micro USB, and a setup button. And on the bottom is the code to scan, it looks like, to set it up. The silicone feet on the bottom here. So that is the Eufy Indoor Security Cam. Nice little compact size. Fits in my hand pretty easily. Let's see. I got a phone here, so this is my iPhone XS Max, and that's a size comparison about height. So let's go ahead and plug this in and run through setup. We'll start by plugging it into power. We have the USB cord here, and we'll plug it in the back. So now we'll grab our iPhone, we'll go into the Eufy Security app, scroll to the bottom, choose Add Device, scroll until we find the Indoor Cam Pan 2K. Plug device into power, we'll choose Next, and now we need to scan the QR code on the bottom of the device. Now we need to hold the sync button for 2 seconds until we hear a beep. And I heard a beep. It's connecting to the camera. Select the Wi-Fi. I'm going to choose the Wi-Fi and enter the passcode.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait. Setup was successful.
Setup was successful, so we'll choose next. And here we have choices for local storage. And I'm going to choose local storage, but you also have options for cloud storage and a NAS. So we're going to choose next because I want local storage. And this is actually going to go into the family room. And here we can assign a camera name. And I'm actually going to name this Eufy Fam because it's going in the family room. I'm going to choose done and confirm. Next. And on table or shelf. So here are the different mounting options. You can mount them on a table, on the wall. You will need a separate mount for that, or on the ceiling as shown below. For this camera, I'm going to place it on a table or shelf. And then we have some recommended positioning. So I'm going to go ahead and choose next, and some notes for mounting. Choose next, and congratulations, your camera was mounted successfully. So we're going to finish that, and we're going to scroll and look for the Eufy Cam or Eufy Fam, and here it is. And let's see how the camera looks. And there you can see me on the camera. And let's go back. Let's go take a look at the interface. And at the top, you can snooze notifications. This button here will show you all your footage that you have. And the gear is the settings. And on the settings here, we can turn the camera on and off, the status LED on and off, enable auto night vision. We can also change the video quality, streaming quality is set to auto as default. You can choose from high, medium, or low. Recording quality is 2K HD, and I'm gonna leave it at that because that is the optimal video quality. And that's one reason why we pick up this camera, right? Because it's a high resolution, so you should be able to see more detail in the recorded clips. And those are recorded clips on the camera itself in the onboard storage. Then we have the detection settings, and we can enable or disable motion detection. We can select activity zones. Then we can select what type of objects to detect, people, pets, or other motion. We don't have pets, so I'm just gonna leave it on the default of person. Then we can adjust the sensitivity and motion tracking. When camera is detected, you can set the camera to follow motion automatically via pan and tilt. So that's kind of cool. It has automatic motion detection or tracking if you want to enable that. It also has sound detection, and you can enable the notifications for crying or all other sound. I'm just going to leave that disabled for now. If we go back, we have the pet commands, and here you can turn this on and put in pre-built commands for your pet. So if you want him to stop tearing up your house, you can make an auto response and tell him, hey, quit tearing up the house, or stop it, Fido, or whatever your pet's name is. We also have notification settings, and these are the same: person, pet, other motion, and sound. So I'm going to go ahead and turn a bunch of these off. And then you have content extension notifications. You have most efficient, get notification without a delay and instantaneously, and it's only text. Full effect, get notifications first and thumbnail included if available, or include thumbnail. So you'll get a text and thumbnail with maybe possibly a slight delay. I'm gonna leave it at default with full effect. And we go back. Then we also have recording settings. We can have it continuously record if we have a micro SD or it's connected to the NAS. We have storage, and we have SD card storage. So right now there is no SD card in there. I'm going to go ahead and install an SD card. And to install an SD card, we have to move the lens up. And there is the SD card slot there. I'm going to go ahead and insert this SD card so that I can have some local storage. I'm going to choose refresh. And it's going to prompt me to format it, which I'm going to go ahead and do. And the micro SD card is formatted successfully. So I'm going to go ahead and go back. So now I have local storage on this camera, and I like that it's hidden underneath the lens. So if someone comes in who's unfamiliar with this camera, they won't know that there's a micro SD and local storage there. Choose audio settings. You can enable or disable the microphone, recording settings. You can enable audio recording, and speaker volume you can adjust here as well. And then below we have watermark, pan and tilt settings. So you can adjust the rotation speed and the pan tilt calibration. So you can calibrate your pan and tilt via this setting. Time settings, mounting, again, different ways you mount it. So if you need to rotate the camera 180 degrees, you can do that. And this is for if you mount it on the ceiling. So let's see what that looks like. So as you can see, it's rotated, and that's to accommodate the ceiling mount. So let's go ahead and go back and switch that back, because I won't be mounting this on the ceiling. And then you can share device and device info. And you can also restart and remove the device if you need to. So let's go ahead and take a look at the controls. Let's go ahead and play the video. And the native controls, you can move the camera up, move it down. You can see, excuse my messy studio here. You go left to right. And if we look at the bottom, there are some settings here. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the sound because I'm getting some feedback. So here we can record a clip manually by choosing that, and it'll record a short clip, and then stop recording. It'll save it to our phone photo album. You can take a screenshot here manually. We have the microphone button, so hold and speak if you want to speak to whoever's at the other end. We have a round look, which will rotate the camera 360 degrees. And there's a demonstration of that. Then again, you can mute and enable the sound, which I have off because I'm getting feedback. You can view the events here, so any recorded clips will show up here. You can enable auto night vision. It has an alarm that you can sound. Let's go ahead and see how loud that is. It will trigger alarm sound. Okay. So that's pretty loud. There's also tracking, and this is cool because you can, when you select this, it will auto track you as you move around. As you can see, I'm moving, the camera is moving automatically to follow me and follow my movements. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna turn that off for now. It's following objects. And calibration, if you want to calibrate the camera. So that's the native controls. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's go ahead and add this into HomeKit. So as with everything with HomeKit, we're gonna go to the Home app, choose Add Accessory in the top, add accessory. Then we're going to scan that same code on the bottom. Connecting. And so everything from here on forward is beta. So that's why it says right now it's a uncertified accessory. I'm going to add it anyway. And once we add the camera, we get all the native HomeKit options for HomeKit Secure Video. So yes, this camera will not only be HomeKit compatible, but there will be HomeKit Secure Video when it's released. So for HomeKit Secure Video, we have the streaming and recording, which I'm going to go ahead and enable both for home and when away. I'm going to choose next. And here we can choose who in your home can stream or view recordings. So if you have a guest, you can just have them view the stream, or if you have family members, you can have them both access the stream and view recordings. Since it's my wife, I'll give her access to both stream and view recordings. Choose next. And then here we can rename the camera. And as I did in the native app, I'm going to call this the Eufy Fam, since it's going in the family room. And I also want to rename the motion sensor because I have a bunch of devices with different motion sensors and they're all named motion sensor. So I'm going to call this the Eufy Motion and append it with an F so that I know it's F for family room. Choose done, and room, I'm going to choose the family room, and I'm going to include in favorites. Choose done. Then when we scroll all the way down, we go through my list of cameras, we see the Eufy Fam Cam there. And this has all the familiar HomeKit options. So that is the HomeKit integration for the Eufy Cam 2K Indoor Cam. And luckily we have a recording show up so I can show you that. So with HomeKit Secure Video, here's the timeline, the familiar timeline. And when the timeline comes up and you can scroll through the recordings there, you can choose the bottom left and share the video, which I'm not going to do. And when you start scrolling the timeline, we have the little calendar up top pop up so that we can choose which day that clip was recorded. So that is the Eufy 2K indoor camera on HomeKit, and I'm sure a lot of you are happy to know that this camera will be not only HomeKit enabled, but HomeKit Secure Video enabled. It's coming, be patient.
Hey Siri, turn on the kitchen lights.
Got it.
So I've gone ahead and enabled tracking in the camera settings on the Eufy Cam Indoor 2K pan-and-tilt camera. And what tracking enables the camera to do is follow any movements throughout a room, as long as the movements occur within its field of view. So once I leave its field of view, the camera should return to its default position and be ready to monitor any movements again right after that. Hey Siri, turn off the kitchen lights.
Okay, there you go.
That's my look at the Eufy Indoor Cam 2K Pan and Tilt. As I mentioned, there will be two versions of the Eufy Indoor Cam 2K, this one and one without the pan and tilt function, priced at $49.99 and $39.99 US respectively. This camera ticks all the check boxes of what I consider to be a compelling HomeKit security camera. Affordable. If I wanted to scatter these around my home, would it strain my wallet? Probably not. Easy to set up. Privacy focused with local storage, and HomeKit Secure Video's end-to-end encrypted cloud storage for recorded footage. At their suggested retail price, this camera is a steal. And in my opinion, Eufy has been hitting it out of the park with their offerings and their commitment to Apple HomeKit. Now I know that's difficult to see because as of this video, HomeKit Secure Video is still in beta and it's been delayed. But try to remember the current climate we're in with COVID-19 and everything from supply chain to software development is slowed or even at a standstill for many companies. I'm hearing that even Apple may delay the launch of the upcoming iPhones by a month. The fact that Eufy was still able to send out this camera for review leads me to believe that they will deliver these in users' hands soon, and hopefully the HomeKit Secure Video firmware will also be released throughout their current lineup that supports it. I didn't go into too much detail about the HomeKit Secure Video implementation because it's still in beta, and I plan on covering it in a future video once it's more widely released. If you'd like to see how HomeKit Secure Video functions, I'll put a link to 2 past videos in the description below. In my experience, I will say that Eufy's implementation works great and functions exactly as you would expect a HomeKit Secure Video camera to function, while also keeping the advanced functions supported in the native app, which I feel happens to be a very important point. For an obvious one, it allows for the local storage to be a backup for recorded footage just in case iCloud storage goes down. So there is a bit of redundancy there, which is a good thing, especially in the case of security devices. And that's footage only we, the user, has access to. And let's be honest, HomeKit Secure Video in its current incarnation on any camera still feels a bit like a beta product itself. No support for motion zones, a 5 camera limit, and finicky motion detection is a bit un-Apple-like, and I hope they address these issues with future software updates because the potential is limitless and we all value our privacy. So Apple, if you're listening, please increase that 5 camera limit and give us more affordable and accommodating iCloud storage options. So what HomeKit cameras are you looking forward to? These Eufys or some other camera? Let me know in the comments. I might be influenced to take a look at those in a future video. And until the next one, please take care and be safe out there.